what is the difference between Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and Gracie Jiu Jitsu? Now that's a good question. Gracie Jiu Jitsu and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu both have the same roots. They both kind of are Gracie Jiu Jitsu and Jiu Jitsu from the previous video. Now what the difference is though, because they both involve takedowns, sweeps, throws, submissions, chokeholds, joint locks. The biggest difference between the two is Gracie Jiu Jitsu, the primary focus is self-defense first. So the primary focus is that people should learn how to win street fights first. And then they kind of go into more of the ground fighting techniques, but it's very much focused more on real life self-defense aspects. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has now evolved into a sport of its own because the whole aspect of the ground game, and it's not like wrestling, there's a lot more to it. Not to knock wrestling at all. Wrestling's a valid sport in its own. It's a very rich, very detailed, it's physical chess, and there's so much to it. So the biggest thing now is with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's evolved into its own kind of sport where you don't have to worry about strikes, and it's just submissions. So the biggest difference, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, is Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is more about winning fights and self-defense, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a sport of its own that really focuses on all the components of ground fighting and Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.